All right, this is how we're going to practice these chords. Movable chord shapes. So I don't know if I've given you this scale looking thing at the top of the screen share or not, but hopefully I remember to attach it to the email I send this video. So got key of C written up there, and you notice these things are color coded. So we got red notes, blue notes, and some green. So those are to correspond with the Roman numerals and the types of chords that we have. So scroll down and we see the same thing, but now we have the Roman numerals. So the 1, 4, 5, the major chords are red. The 6, 2, and 3, or 2, 3, and 6 are blue. Those are minor. The 7 is diminished. So all these notes here represent root notes for these chords down here. So you see this C chord here, the number 1, starts on the 8th fret. We'll look over here, you got the 8th fret. That's number 1, right? So you just plug that C chord into that starting spot there. Number 2, the D minor chord. See, it starts on the 10th fret of the low E. Well, we got a 2 here for the 10th fret of the low E. So, all the root notes listed down here are listed up here. So, what we're going to do, and I probably should resend this as well. 1 second. This chord progression by number stuff. We're going to use these again. It may have been a while since we looked at this specific thing, but I'll send this over. So you got your 1, 6, 3, 5 is the first progression. So what you're going to do, you're going to take these movable shapes and then you're going to map out or figure out a path that's nice and easy to play this 1, 6, 3, 5 progression. Now, I think what I'm going to do here is maybe do a different one just to show an example. Let me see. Make sure I pick a progression that we are not using here. Okay, I know what I'll do. So I'm going to do a 1, 5, 6, 4. Repeat that. 1, 5, 6, 4, 1. Okay, so that's the progression I'm going to use. And I'm going to plug everything in here. Arpeggiate these. You can use a metronome or not. Whatever makes things easier for you. What I want you to really focus on is seeing how these things are laid out. So when I'm looking at something like this, I'm looking at, trying to think of like where all these numbers are, and then what's the easiest path from one to the next. So if I start here on the low E string, what I'm looking at is you're starting here on the 1. Then instead of going to like the 5 down here, I'm looking at going from this 1 to the 5 here. And my mouse is acting up again. Come on. Oh my goodness. There. Alright, so 1 to the 5, and then to the 6, I'm going to head straight over there. And then to get to the 4, 1, 5, 6. You're right. So get to the 4. I'm going to jump all the way back here. And then to get back to the 1, you just head straight down. So that's what I'm thinking of if I'm going to start this progression over here. So we would have the 1, 5, 6, 4. 1, 5, 6, 4, 1. And that will work, that 1, 5, 6, 4. Just kind of looking at the root notes this way. You can apply that to other keys. So we're going to do this for the keys C, G, and F. And keep in mind, the progression I'm doing right now is just for an example. The 4 progressions I'm going to have you do will be different, but the idea is the same. So here, see, we got the 1. We go up to the 5 the same way, over to the 1 the same, or the 6 the same way, over to the 4 the same way, back down to the 1 the exact same way. It's just lower on the fretboard. So 1, 5, 6, 4. 1, 5, 6, 4, 1. And then the exact same thing can happen for the key of F. Again, 1, we go up and over to the 5, straight over to the 6, jump back to the 4, and then straight down to the 1 again. So 1, 5, 6, 4. 1, 5, 6, 4, 1. So if I wanted to start that in the key of A, it would be the same kind of thing. 1, 5, 6, 4. I wanted to do the key of, I don't know, D. I could start it over here. 1, 5, 6, 4. So you just keep the same pattern, just shift it around, and you can play the chord progression in all kinds of keys. Let's do one more example with the same thing. What if I wanted to start it over here? What if I wanted to start this 1, 5, 6, 4 up on the A string? Well, I would go from the 1 straight down to the 5. And then, got a couple options. You could just hit straight over to the 6 here, and then down to the 4 over here. Or you could go from the 5 over to the 6 this way, and then down to the 4. But, you know, let's just keep things simple and go this direction for now. So we'll go straight over to the 6 again, hop down to the 4, and then up and over to the 1. So that's one way you can do it. So then we would have 1, 6, 4. Wait, I went to the wrong thing. 1, 5, 6, 4. 1, 5, 6, 4. So we want to do that for the key of G. If I want to do the same thing, we'd have to start the 1 over here. So we'd have 1, 5, 6, 4. 1, 5, 6, 4. 1. And then key of F, we have the exact same thing we can do, just starting on the F, and we have the 1, 5, 6, 4. 1, 5, 6, 4, 1. One other way you could do the exact same progression. So we still go 1 straight down to the 5, and then we can go over to the 6 this way, down to the 4 like that, and then up and over back to the 1. So it actually requires less distance on the guitar as far as like left to right movement. So you can do it like this as well. We got the 1, 5, 6, 4. 1, 5, 6, 4, 1. And then for the key of G, we would start that up here on the G notes. And I'm just going to leave that up there for now so you can see the arrows. But we do the same path. 1, 4, or 1, 5, 6, 4. Key of F, we would have, starting there, 1, 5, 6, 4. So, what you're going to do is so you're going to figure out what a nice, comfortable path is for that progression, and then perform that in all 3 keys. After you do that, you will move on to the next progression. Figure out a nice, easy path for that progression, and then perform that in all 3 keys. And then you'll move on to the third progression, find the nice, easy path, and then play that in all 3 keys. And then, of course, you have one last progression down here. Find an easy path, play it in all 3 progressions, and there you go. So, if you have any questions, let me know. And good luck. And I will see you again next week.